What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, and today I'm bringing you some Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament matches. Yes, your boy did recently participate in a Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament. I know some of you guys have been missing the post-commentary coverage of some of my tournament runs, and I talked about before how NWC and Com hadn't been running lately, and that still is the case. However, Hypland actually hosted a Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament last night, and your boys signed up for it. Had a great time. If you're not familiar with Hypland, they are the clothing brand that produces the majority of the anime clothing that you guys see me wear. I buy a lot of their stuff. I make videos on it. If you've been around, you've seen those videos. But yes, they actually hosted a Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament last night for their community. They had some moderators on Discord that were hosting it and running it and everything. And I signed up and I had a lot of fun. Now, funnily enough, in this event, I didn't get to play, or I didn't have to play the first 2 rounds of the event because the first round I had to buy. I was seeded into the second round automatically, which happens a lot in these online events I participate in. And then my second round opponent was actually one of the few players who DQ'd or just didn't show up. I think he did end up showing up eventually, but he was running really late, and so he had to go play in losers bracket. But yeah, so I got 3 of the first 2 rounds for free, and then my first opponent, as you can see, is a player named Bernie God, running a team of DBFZ, Broly, Adult Gohan, and Super Saiyan Goku. Now, with me getting those first 2 rounds basically for free, that meant that my path to top 8 would be pretty short and sweet if I could win my games. And as you can see, I'm playing my team of Labcoat 21, Android 18, and Trunks. Wasn't really certain what types of players would show up to this event. Wasn't really sure how strong they were going to be, what types of teams they were going to be playing. And I honestly debated about whether or not I was going to play Labcoat. But as I looked around and I saw some of the teams and stuff and some of the other matches, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to play Labcoat. I saw a decent amount of fusions. I saw some other Labcoat players. And you'll see the types of players and teams that I went up against. Obviously, this team's pretty, you know, maybe not necessarily unique. I mean, I guess it's kind of unique. It's just, it's not a meta team, you know what I'm saying? But we definitely do fight some fusions moving forward, so stay tuned. That being said, though, you can see we're off to a pretty decent start, pretty strong start, but our opponent is fighting back. Gets a knockdown with Gohan, DHCs into Broly, gets a level up on Gohan, but gets him out. And yeah, one thing you'll notice that was happening to me a lot in these matches, ooh, that was an unfortunate incident, were some missed inputs, and I'm not really 100% sure. I'm not really like trying to make excuses or anything like that, even though I know some people are going to see it as that anyway. But yesterday before the tournament, I was actually cleaning my controller just because I try to clean my controllers pretty regularly. And so I have 2 bottles of isopropyl alcohol in my house, right? That's usually what I use to clean controllers or just a lot of things in my house. I also use it like if I get like little scrapes or cuts or whatever, just clean them, like whatever. Anyway, but one bottle is 71% and the other bottle is 90%. And I'm supposed to use the 90% to clean the controller, and I used the 71%. And I think I might have messed up my controller a tiny little bit with that alcohol, and messed up some of my buttons. I'm not entirely certain. For the most part, everything seemed fine, but I was getting some weird accidents that I just couldn't really figure out. But it didn't really seem to affect me too much. But there just were some instances where I wasn't sure. I was like, was that really user error? Did I screw up my controller? I'm not 100% certain. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm probably gonna buy a new controller either way. That being said, you can see we take out the first character in Adult Gohan, get the Reflectance, the 5S punish on Super Saiyan Goku, knock him down with the medium shining slash, jump forward, CTF the Oki, knock him down, 21 assists. He super dashes immediately after sparking, and yeah, I didn't actually punish that. I did a 5H there because if I'm honest, I did a vanish without even confirming whether or not it hit because I was in sparks. So I was like, it doesn't matter anyway. I can just empty vanish if need be. But I didn't even have the meter, so I just ended up getting a 5H. That being said, we get the hit regardless. Knockdown into Android 18, hit him with the level 3, burn some spark time, get the hard knockdown, going for the mix up here, and cross up, and he wasn't ready. And he actually got counter hit. He was match slumped, but I dropped the combo. A couple of drops here. This actually was being played on PS4 if you guys are curious. Barrier plus assist, but no confirm for me. 21 and level 3. Yeah, so I kind of messed up the string there. I can actually jail you from that situation that I was trying to do, but I just messed up my timing a little bit, so he's actually able to reversal out of it. I jump out of it though because he goes for a Dragon Rush on Wake Up, tags in a DBS Broly, but you know, we've got a pretty healthy lead here. Barrier plus assist again, wasn't actually able to convert off that, or you know, punish him for not getting caught by the assist, but you know what I'm saying. But it's fine. 18 has a lot of blue life, so I was like, you know, what if I just raw tag in neutral like that? Fortunately, he runs up and does a command grab, but it whiffs, and we get 18 out safely into Trunks. EX flip for the conversion. They got the DBS Broly, and now it's just down to Super Saiyan Goku, who I'm feeling pretty confident in beating. EX flip, no confirm there. Unfortunate drop, but it is what it is. But again, we have a huge lead here. I'm not really too concerned. Yeah, 18 disc assist catches them. We confirm it off that, get the JM, and we take the first game over Bernie God. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't really sure what to expect, so I didn't want to take anyone too lightly. There were some people who, when they saw that I signed up, they were like, "Oh, Lotus gonna take this free," and I was like, "Well, I don't know," because you know, I was thinking that there might be some players in the tournament who like aren't like hardcore players or whatever, and they're just like anime fans or like fans of the brand Hypland. And I was like, but there could also be some players in here who actually legitimately play the game and stuff. And like I said, once I saw some of the teams, I was like, okay, yeah, well, I'm taking it serious, which I was going to take it serious from the get-go because, you know, it's not like I'm some top player either, you know what I'm saying? Like I win my fair share of matches and I can hold my own, you know what I'm saying? And I've competed in some events and I've done okay. I've never played super highly in any of the offline events, but I'm saying I was taking it serious, like just like I take Calm or like I took Evo, Combo Breaker, Frosty, any of that stuff. We get a double Sunday here. There we go. Get the DBS Broly and the Super Saiyan Goku. It's going to be huge damage. Building a lot of meter here. Into the knockdown, stomp, level 1, and then into the level 3. Another level 1 would have been enough for the kill here on Super Saiyan Goku, who you see does go down there. But I did the level 3 obviously for the knockdown on the Broly, as well as to try to force out the sparking. We just run up, do nothing. I tried to bait the spark. See, I did the backdash to the 5H, but I mistimed it. It's okay though, because I accidentally let the third of the auto combo fly, and he actually gets hit by it on his raw attack with Gohan. Does a key blast into a vanish there. That's surprisingly not an empty vanish. Super dash there, no punish from me. I was waiting for a back fist, but I was a little bit too slow on it, so I ended up getting a counter hit. He finds a hit with the overhead. It's a full auto combo knockdown, and I thought for sure he was gonna load up Gohan a lot there because Gohan was still really healthy and he had 6 bars. So I thought, oh man, like level 5 or 6 Gohan's coming. It's about to get real nasty in here. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna have to prepare for a level 7 Gohan coming soon, but he actually ended up swapping the DBS Broly, which isn't terrible because obviously DBS Broly gets a huge power up from his level 3. But yeah, it just didn't build the way I thought it was going to. No confirm there off the barrier plus assist, but it's fine. We end up getting a super dash to connect, knock down to the lab code assist, into a combo extension, into that's going to be into DBS Broly, Android 17, Dragon Rush, command grab, level 1. Oh no, I remember. Yeah, so this is one of those things I was talking about. So this happened to me a few times, and I've had this happen in the past, but this happened several times throughout this event. I wanted to level 1 there. And like, it's really difficult to accidentally do the opposite motion of what you think. And I understand like sometimes there could be user error where you just got a little flustered or you just got mixed up, whatever. And that has happened to me before. But this mistake or this incident happens so often. That's why that in particular is why I was starting to think, is there something wrong with my controller? Because I did quarter circle forward and got a level 3. And that's something that ends up happening multiple times in this event. And you'll see it as it happens in these matches. But anyway, he actually managed to take out to Android 18. We still have a really healthy lab cut with a full health Trunks back there. I mean, he's full health, but he's got some blue life to recover. I'm against a pretty weak Gohan. But yeah, there it is. I read the back fist that time. I was actually good on my timing this time. Get the 2H. And again, that was another one. I definitely wanted to do level 1, and I got a level 3 again. And so with it happening twice like that, and I remember thinking to myself, oh, bro, I hope he doesn't think I was trying to flex. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Like, I swear on everything. And actually, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Originally, I was doing live commentary for these matches, but I honestly, this was being held like at night, and I got really like sleepy and tired pretty quickly, and I just didn't have the energy to keep it up. So after like the first recording, I just kind of stopped and was doing gameplay footage. So I'm recording over the recording, and I just have the mic track muted on that one. But yeah, so then it doesn't really matter to you guys too much, but yeah, there was going to be live comment, and I decided against it because I wanted to focus more, and I was tired, and I was like, I'm not trying to divide my focus and stuff. So it is what it is. But yeah, we take the first set over Bernie God, and yeah, that input error ended up happening a couple of times throughout this. But anyway, we proceed on into the 4th round, and our next opponent was actually a player by the name of Resist, running a team of Goku Black, Majin 21, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with the B assist. I feel like I had another train of thought I was on for a second, and it kind of slipped away from me. I feel like there was something else I was going to say about the adult Gohan and DBS Broly thing, but yeah, if I was him, I definitely would have opted for the level ups on Gohan in that situation, but I'm not mad that he didn't. Yeah, we took the first set 2-0 and proceed on to fight Resist. So you can see in the background, you know, it says he's a living legend player, but again, I didn't want to underestimate anybody as like, just because his rank says that doesn't really mean anything, because he might not even play rank, you know what I'm saying? He very well could be a player who plays rank, and that's just where he is. But I mean, like, if you look at like some of the top players in DBFZ and you check their ranks are pretty low because most of them stopped playing rank the year the game came out, you know what I'm saying? That being said, you can see he was very defensive at the start, doing a lot of backdashing, running away, keeping me out with key blasts. And that was something that persisted throughout these matches, and his playstyle was to play keep away, particularly with Goku Black. That being said, he's getting hit a lot here, but I didn't actually confirm those. You know, the block, he's reflecting again. To the first couple hits of the auto combo, and gets me with the EX God Slice from full screen, sliding knockdown, goes for the EX here. I managed to block that. Another EX, we jump out this time, barrier plus assist, but to no avail, doesn't get caught there. Another barrier. I was using barrier a lot throughout this one. I feel like my use of barrier is improving a lot lately, and maybe I'm just, especially, you know what, one thing that's helping a lot right now in my gameplay, and as you can see, we get the full combo extension into the kill on Goku Black, level 1, actually a level 1 this time. You know, one thing that's helping me a lot with Android 18 and improving my gameplay is just the fact that there are top players playing 18 right now, and by top, you know, really not that many, but like Nitro in particular, I guess I really should say. Nitro, as you guys know, mains Android 18 right now, and that helps me out a lot. Just being able to watch somebody else at a really high level play my character helps me improve, just because like there's just little things that like you pick up on, like little things you copy, like that right there, for example, right? I didn't know that you could get a 2M from Lab Coat 21's assist until I saw him do it. I was just always doing 5M, and sometimes I still do, but I'm trying to do that more where I get the 2M, because it's not that difficult. You do gotta do a little bit of micro dash, but it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard, and I was doing that pretty consistently without ever practicing it. You know, I just saw him do it and I just copied it. That's just one of those instances of what I'm talking about. But you can see we take out the Goku Black. He was doing a lot of that keep away, that zoning with the Ki Blast with Majin 21. We used our barrier and our assist to get through that, get the hit on 21, and was able to do a lot of damage. Goes for a 2H there, but barrier plus assist. Barrier plus assist, man, is very strong. I understand why people feel like the barrier is so good, and barrier can be good, but it can also be very, very bad. It depends a lot on your opponent. If they're more passive or patient, and if they have good defense and they don't mash a lot, barrier becomes significantly weaker, and it has a lot of uses for sure. And when it's placed well, it's very strong, but you know, you can live and die by the barrier, and it's pretty easy to beat in terms of like, you just don't push anything or you just jump out of the way, you know what I'm saying? And obviously if someone's doing a barrier and you like you get to read on that, you just Dragon Rush them or command grab or something, or even do a super, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's down to just Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He does get the hit on Lab Coat 21. However, he's not going to be able to kill here, especially if he drops the combo. I pop my Spark in here, a little bit of Ki Blast, Vanish, JH, he gets hit. And then I think he did EX Spin here, correct. I'm not going to build enough bar here for the kill, I don't think, right? Because of meter penalty. Yeah, and then I did a Ki Blast there when I really shouldn't have. That Ki Blast prevented me from able to get the spin. I actually think I would have been able to kill there, because I ended up building a lot more bar. I could have extended a little bit more with the Stomp and whatnot. And that could have potentially been the end of this game. However, because I did that Ki Blast before the spin after such a long combo, I actually was not able to get the kill. So he ends up taking out my Lab Coat, and that's fine. We still have 18 and the full health Trunks back there. Barrier plus assist, Ki Blast and neutral. The disc actually goes right under him. I was really ready to confirm that one with the Vanish, but unfortunately that did not work out. That was a dangerous situation right there. That could have been really bad for the boy. The super dash is right as I'm about to throw a disc. And he's just kind of wilding a little bit with Gogeta, and it's it's working. As Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta started doing some Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta things. This character, man, you can't count him out. Can't count him out. He's got some crazy buttons, and he lends really well to a wild playstyle and the people who are willing to push some buttons, because he's got some really good ones. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't resist and was pushing a little too many buttons, or pushing buttons a little too much. Mashing just a little bit too hard, ends up getting counter hit there, and ends up losing the game when he could have potentially made a crazy comeback. We do take that first game over resist, and then we run it back right away. And as you can see, off rip again, he's doing his whole jump away, throw Ki Blast. He does super dash that time. However, again, backdash, Ki Blast, backdash, Ki Blast. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna just be super dashing or spinning a lot, I suppose. I did want to be a little careful of where I place my spins, because Goku Black's God Slicer actually beats 21 spin. It's actually a character that has a pretty decent matchup against Lab Coat because of that, and also on top of the fact that his Ki Blast actually beats her Ki Blast. So you know, Goku Black I think he's a really decent character at this point. There are definitely points in this game history he tried to vanish out of the corner, I counter vanish, get the spin. That's gonna be on the Goku Black spin plus assist, and yeah, we're gonna have plenty of bar here. Ki Blast, medium spin, stomp. Get a little bit of life back into level 1, and down goes Goku Black. But yeah, Goku Black has definitely at points in this game lifespan been one of the weaker characters. I think he's okay right now. He could still use maybe a little bit more help. Depends on which kind of buffs you want to give him. I don't think most people would complain too much if he was a little stronger. It's funny though, because there's definitely a point in this game's time where it's like, especially early on, right? Like that first year, maybe even that second year, like an ongoing meme that like I had, and a joke that I kind of spread, is that you can tell everything you need to know about a DBFZ player by how strong I think Goku Black is. And the joke there is that all the really low level players thought Goku Black was really, really good because of his 2H and his auto combo, which it's not like either of those were ever broken. He just had, you know, a decent auto combo that was honestly surpassed by other characters, and a big 2H, which, you know, I guess when you're mashing a lot of low levels, that it matters. But Goku Black was never really that great. He was pretty solid at first in season 1 or so, we thought. And there were a couple of things that were good about him, because he got good level 3 Oki. He got medium scaling off of Light God Slicer if it hit point blank. and things like that. And then he also had like the holy light grenade loops that you could do with his super. So he had some cool stuff. He had some tech, whatever. But he was never as strong as people thought. And as time went on, we realized just how weak he really is. But there were some people who never did realize that. And I was like, you can tell how good or bad someone is by how strong they think Goku Black is. Which again was a joke, because there are some people who believed Goku Black was strong, and they would prove it to you by playing the character and beating you with him. Shout out Nokami, shout out Axe Ice. Then even a player like Nokami at one point thought Goku Black was garbage. So, you know what I'm saying? But I think right now Goku Black's in a really good spot. That being said, you can see we're steamrolling here in the second match. Everything's been going our way. And yeah, it's looking like we're taking this one with ease. He gets a DP there. I thought maybe the medium 17 would be able to stop that. That was not the case, unfortunately. We're seeing a lot of auto combo come out from Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. That's par for the course. He thought he still had access to a sliding knockdown. He did not. And for a second here, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get this punish because I thought I sparked. Okay, and also that did combo. I was thinking about sparking there, and I wasn't sure if I had fully pushed it or not. So I wasn't certain if that was going to come out, but yeah. And also, so in real time, when I did the 5M, the punish that, and went to the 2H, I thought he would still be in the air, and I wasn't certain if, you know, I did the 5M, but I wasn't sure if he was going to be on the ground, so I didn't want to 2M because I thought it would whip. So I did 2H, but in the moment, I wasn't sure if it actually comboed. For a second, I thought he got reset, if you want to call it that, by the 2H, but looking back at it now, it looks like it did actually true combo. That being said, we won our first 4 games straight and basically proceeded on until round 5, which if I won would put me in winner's side top 8 for the first time ever in an event. So yeah, things were looking pretty good for me, man. The tournament was going smoothly. I won my first 2 matches. I basically threw the first 4 rounds, kind of on like off of luck per se. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not necessarily luck, the fact that I got to buy first round, because that's just based off seeding and stuff. The second round, my opponent just showing up really late and not getting the play was kind of luck on my side, I guess. But maybe I would have beaten them regardless. And then we won our next 2 matches pretty convincingly. And we proceed on into the 5th round. So I'll be back tomorrow with the next part, and you guys can see just how far I do end up making it in this event. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay tuned for all the awesome content that I'm bringing you. And with all that being said, that's pretty much off today. And remember, that it can happen until you swing the bat. Later.